read the Bible, it amazes me that the thing that I have found more than anything is that God wants to protect our lives. And He wants to teach us how to protect ourselves and how to nourish ourselves. God did not make up commandments just for the fun of making them up. He's not that kind of guy. God only gave us commandments because He knew what was going to make our lives more complete. Today you're being challenged to commit yourself to life. I'm asking you to commit yourself to a positive look on life, realizing that life is good. I'm asking you to commit yourself to cultivating a real life, not just a cosmetic one. To stop worrying about what people are going to think and start worrying about what the truth is. The third thing I want you to commit yourself to is the idea that life is not only good, and not only is it fragile, but it's also very sacred. Nothing is more sacred than life. God does not protect anything by His law more than He protects life. And so when you're thinking about throwing away a fetus because you think that it might make you unhappy or it might inconvenience you, think again. Because life is more important than convenience. Life is sacred. And when you're thinking about voting for a president who wants to drop nuclear bombs on other countries, you better think again. Because life is more sacred than political ideologies. And when you're thinking about laughing at movies where people are being mutilated, you better wonder if God is laughing too. Or if possibly God is sick, because life is sacred. This was a hard one for me to get a hold of because I love Monty Python movies. And I had to stop watching them because I realized that they laugh at life and they scoff at life. And I couldn't allow myself to fill myself with that. Because you know what really kills me? In John 10:10, Jesus gives kind of a central thesis, I think, where He says, this is the bottom line for me. This is why I came. And you know why Jesus said He came in John 10:10? He said, I come that they might have life and have it more abundantly. Jesus did not come so that you could have good times more abundantly or good looks more abundantly or wealth. Jesus came that you might have life. You know something that I have learned being single? That Jesus wants me to have a fullness of life, and there are things that we experience in loneliness that we could not experience in the company of other people. And Jesus wants us to experience that. And you know what I've learned having friends is that there are things that Jesus wants us to experience in company with other people that we can't experience alone. And Jesus wants us to have friends. Life is not just a good time. Living it up is not just having a party. Living it up is realizing that the will of God is that we should live. And so it is the sacred obligation of every man to be alive and to protect the life that is sacred. To be committed to life, to me, means to believe in the goodness of a God who made a good life. It means to understand that life is fragile and we have to be careful how we handle it. And it means to realize that life is sacred and that Jesus came to give it. And you know what I believe? I believe that even if we all believe that, someday we're all going to die. And you will die for one of two reasons. Either your spirit will shrink away and become smaller and smaller and weaker and weaker until the weight of your body crushes it. Or because Jesus will give you the kind of life becomes stronger and stronger and bigger and bigger until your body can no longer hold it in. And it leaves your body to go to paradise. Please commit yourself to that kind of life. We're going to dismiss you row by row.